Srixon are introducing their first super game improvement iron. This is the ZXIR and ZXIR HL for high launch. So this is the first time Srixon Golf are bringing a super game improvement iron to their family of irons. So they're promising the quality, the feel, the innovation that we've had in Srixon irons for so many years, now in a super game improvement iron. As someone who desperately needs to improve their game, I'm keen to test these. So ZXIR first impressions, I've got a wedge, I've got the full set here, but I've just got a wedge and a 7-iron. The wedge is classic looking, nice and round. Sometimes game improvement wedges can be so ugly, but that wedge looks really good, like a player's iron, slimish top line, chroming all round, plenty of face down by the ball. It's just not the smallest head in the world, but it's certainly not the biggest. What I do like about ZXIR is the back of them falls in line with their whole Srixon iron range. We're not going for like mega fancy badges on the back. Some of the game improvement clubs and manufacturers like go, oh look, it does mega things on the back, because game improvement people need like special pictures or something. This just looks like a ZXI iron, but it's the R, so game improvement, maybe slightly longer blade length, a little bit of offset. Oh yeah. I can tell these are going to be, I can just see the loft. I mean, these are strong. And I can see that from some of the numbers I'm collecting as well. Wowzers. But for an iron that looks Srixon fantastic, feels solid, not as soft obviously as their kind of forged offerings, but certainly not as crazy as other game improvements out there that can just be crazy kind of clippy. That sound is very much in line with my ZXI 4s, which I game. I can almost see myself going full game improvement because it's giving me the looks that I want. It's giving me the feel that I kind of already have. And if it's offering more help, why would I give that away? I think what this iron would do for a lot of golfers is that, I mean, I know this isn't important to maybe lots of golfers, but no one's going to know that's a game improvement iron unless they know every ins and outs of the entire brand's range. From a distance, from playing with someone in the bag, these are just going to look like good irons. Yet you've got all the help, the technical benefits in theory of their most game improvement, and well, their first game improvement iron and their most game improvement iron out of the whole range. It's totally delivering on every level if you're someone who wants classic looks, not crazy, jazzy, decent feel, but as much help as possible. Impressive. So are we getting that perfect balance between technology and Srixon's feels and looks? So we get iAlloy. This is a brand new material engineered especially for ZXIR irons. This is 10% softer than regular steel that's found in game improvement irons. This helps with feel, vibration, and overall feedback is what Srixon say. We also see main frame milling patterns. This is going to help that face perform all across the face. So when we're mishitting, we don't get huge drop-offs in ball speeds. And it also allows them to push that sweet spot a little bit lower on the face, which for irons is generally where people are striking the golf ball. We see the Tor VT sole, which we've seen in Srixon irons for ages, helping with turf interaction. We get progressive grooves, so tighter grooves on the scoring club, slightly wider grooves on the more distance club. This is all about trying to maximize performance across each individual iron. And we get the laser face milling, again just trying to maximize performance, launches and spins on every club, on every shot. So for a game improvement iron, the blend of tech to what we see in their players irons is super interesting. When it comes to the always awkward conversation about price, well, here are the prices. You decide, maybe in the comments let me know. Is this too expensive for a game improvement iron? Is it where you think Srixon irons should be? Or should they be at a slightly different price point? Let me know. Yes, nothing is cheap at the moment. Nothing is cheap. So as someone who plays Srixon irons, I'm super keen to see where these sit in the family of irons. So I took them out onto the golf course, played a few holes with them. And what I was noticing very quick is the feel compared to my ZXI 4s, which are obviously on the game improvement side as well, was super, super similar. The ZXI 5s as well wasn't miles away. It definitely is a slight step in the game improvement feel. But my distance control, how they performed instantly in my bag without me having to make huge corrections to a new set of irons was great. They're definitely on the power powerful side, so they were pushing those distances on a fraction. But for me, I was feeling I could just use this set of irons. Am I really going to be using a super game improvement set of irons? Possibly. And also I could easily blend these like I kind of do already in my set to make sure my pitching wedges and maybe my 9 and 8 irons are where I want them to be, moving then on into the super game improvement as I get into less loft. I think the standout thing for me when I took them onto the course was just how seamless they just started fitting in to my already set and kind of already where my game is. That familiarity with what Srixon have been bringing was just playing through even on their super game improvement iron. So when it comes to the actual performance of these clubs, land angle is very good. Launch and spin is good. Spin obviously on that lower side, which it needs to be for a game improvement iron to be maxing out those distances. It feels easy to hit. Can I really gauge across the face hits? You would need to hit a lot more shots than what I'm hitting. And still you find what we already know is that ball speeds do drop off. They're just dropping off a fraction less. How much that plays through out on the golf course, it's a season plus for you to decide if that's making a difference. But the distances are strong, they're powerful, they go far, they are easy to get up in the air, they're still relatively easy to stop. Like any game improvement iron, they're dropping the spin off a little bit, but they are powerful. And for me at the moment, as someone who has gone this way in my set, I'm quite enjoying where these sit in the distance world. That, I mean, I don't mind psychologically hitting an 8, even though I know it's a 7 iron in whatever loft, whatever true is anymore. Just psychologically for me, I don't mind that being an 8. And I certainly quite like the fact that I can joke with people that I'm hitting an 8 when they're hitting a 7. But the numbers are where I'd expect them to be, strong and powerful. And who should play these irons? The always interesting question when it gets to these. I mean, I can play these irons and I'm going to try and get qualifying for a senior tour event. I could absolutely play these irons. The manufacturers, so Srixon are kind of saying they're more the mid to higher handicapper range, which is what all the manufacturers do. I think you need to decide what you want from your golf clubs. If it's good looks with game improvement and better player feels and performance off that club, so consistency of spin, these are going to be hard to beat in any category. If you want shaved down shapes and prettier looks, yeah, you can get that in more performance-based clubs. Trying to say that they're for a certain handicap, well, I can see why they're designed with higher handicappers in mind, but I honestly believe anyone can play these clubs. Anyone. From a tour player through to a raw beginner, you decide. Maybe in the comments let me know, are you going more towards game improvement than you've ever done, or are you running off the blades and you've never done? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you want to find out how far your 7 irons should be going, maybe check this video out. It's got all the information you need. Don't be afraid to subscribe if you want more free reviews.